I have a question. I don't know if you've heard, and I don't know how true it is, that the Japa Syndrome, I mean, relocating from your country to another one, causes a strain in marriages. Before I continue, let me introduce myself. I'm Nonye, and this is Chat with Nonye. If you're seeing me for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and share your thoughts down in the comment section. Let's continue. Today, I want us to analyze this family story. This is a story of Tobore and Funke. You know, like most people, they want a better life and stuff like that. So they applied for a visa, a UK visa. They got successfully. And yeah, they started running around, sold properties, cars, resigned from work, and still didn't have enough. Had to borrow 20 million. But before all of this, here's a clause. Tobore was having an affair outside his home. Apparently, Funke was aware. She didn't take it well, though. Very angry. They fought over he ate, they had a quarrel, they had a time, they had a moment. Everything was just up, down, everywhere. But Tobore said, hey, whatever tantrum you bring, I'm not leaving this babe. They got their visa, borrowed money, did everything. UK, yeah, they went to the UK. Because Tobore did not end his relationship with his girlfriend, he went to the UK, settled down a bit, and resumed. And remember, this has always been a problem when they were in Nigeria. So coming to the UK did not make any difference. So it was still a problem, a huge one. Funke woke up one day after 2 years. She couldn't take it anymore. She went to the home office and told them, you know what? This man is actually depending on me. Yank him off. I don't want him anymore. Hey, she's the one that came now. Abi, they sent a mail to Tobore. Tobore, come on. Your wife said she doesn't want you. So you have two options. Is either you start packing your things and let us deport you, or you get another person. Tobore thought of it, 20 million. How do I do this now? From where to where? How do I cope? If I'm going back, we all go together. Tobore went back to the home office. Apparently, they came to the UK with 3 kids. One, unfortunately, was not theirs. The one that wasn't their child happened to be Funke's niece. So he went to the home office and told them, this is my story. Oh. There's an extra child with us, no adoption paper. We only pretended that she's ours and we brought her in. And that is a criminal offense. On hearing this, home office, trust them now, as information comes, they dive into action. They sent a mail to Funke, said, Funke, we would need you to come over to us. We need to conduct a DNA test. This is a new information we are armed with, and we would like to verify. Funke, hearing this, went to Tobore. My husband, we dey fight, but you never reach this level now. Why would you go and tell them something like this? Tobore was like, do you think I will go down on my own? No, we will go down together. This one, our ship is sailing back to Nigeria together. Funke pleaded and pleaded, asking Tobore to withdraw the case. I was actually laughing at that point because I was wondering, okay, so would you not go to the home office and say, oh, you know what, because I was angry, and I've I've come to like, you know what, I'm no longer interested. Let's settle it out of this place. Tobore told her, I'm sorry, I'm not withdrawing anything. In fact, at this point, I'm ready to go back to Nigeria, but I'm not going alone. Funke saying that at this point she was in, there was no turning back, decided to relocate, to move away from the city she was in to another one when she was caught. You know, home office now, they will be 10 steps ahead of you. They will know that with this information, this person will want to make an attempt to flee. So let's just, and that was how she was caught. They brought her, conducted the DNA test on herself, the said child, and Tobore, and they found out that indeed the girl wasn't theirs. So they said bye bye back to Nigeria. I know many of you will be wondering, after 2 years, why would Funke do that? What was she thinking about? Why didn't she divorce him? Yes, you are right. If you have such thoughts in mind, you are 100% right. Why didn't she divorce her? Because when I read the write-up, it's long. When I read the write-up, that was the question I asked myself. You will have just divorced the man. It's as simple as that. Just divorce him. Why all this long story, long drama, and but I now came to understand the fact that some people feel they need to hurt you so you can feel the way they've been feeling the pain, the way they felt. They want you to feel the same way. So they feel telling you, oh, divorce and stuff is too light of a punishment. They feel when they tell you, look, I divorce you, you will still go back to that thing that you were doing that caused the fight. So let them do something that will hurt you, that will make you, sober, cry, do all that. That is their aim. That was what Funke was thinking about. I want us to analyze this because when I read this write-up about Tobore and Funke, and I discovered that they are just one out of so many. That's why I ask you, that is it true that when husband and wife, couples travel, is it the system that causes a strain in their relationship, that causes them to go their separate way, that cause problems in their home? My answer is no. Because you cannot leave a country with a patched relationship, a cracked marriage, to another country and expect that marriage to still remain that way. There are reasons the crack was still manageable. And those reasons, those crack was manageable, did not follow you to this new spot, this new location. It's more like a bird kept in a cage. When the owner, if the owner of the bird changes, the bird happens to have a new holder or a new owner, and this new owner does not like animals being caged and decide to let this bird out, the bird will fly you very high, will not even remember to come back because it will be scared to go back into that cage. That's the situation. That's the way it is. Leaving your country with a relationship that is almost falling apart, that is barely holding itself based on society, family, and everything, barely holding itself. And you're moving to another country whereby the society there does not care about you. Your family is still miles away from you. And you feel the marriage will still hold. No, because the factor that is holding the marriage is not in this new place. Now let's talk about reasons why marriages when they leave the shores of their country dies. One is that of what Tobore did, extramarital affair. Whether be it a man or a woman, I said in my videos, nobody likes to be cheated on. Nobody. Nobody enjoys it. And when you find out that your spouse is cheating and you confront him or her about it, you expect your partner, your spouse to be remorseful. You expect your partner to choose you over the act. But when such is not forthcoming, you're shattered. What you believe in is broken completely. That is one. Two, I discovered that some people, male, female, do not understand what marriage is all about. You hear some men say, I will choose my mom over my wife. My wife is not my family member. Really? Your wife is not your family member. Your mom, your sibling, your father is your family member. How so? Because if my mom had not taken care of me, if they've not done this, will my wife see me? You're right. Because you see some mothers that neglected their responsibility, their roles as mothers. You see some parents that neglected their responsibility, their roles as parents. You see some siblings that will act like you're from a different world. But you're fortunate to have parents that took up their responsibility over your life. You forget the fact that your mother was once somebody else's child before your father saw her and married her and gave birth to you. Now you, grown up, decide on your own, you know what? Let me take another person's child to bring her into my world. Share my space. And you're saying she's not your family. You will take your mother. It doesn't make any sense. And you hear some women say their husband is not their family, that they will take their children. They will take their children over their husbands. And I'm like, so when you have such mentality back at home and you come to Europe, do you think such marriage will last a test of time? No, it won't. It will not last the test of time. So my advice is, before you leave your home, your country, mend fences. Sit down and talk to yourselves. Ask yourself crucial questions, important questions. You cannot say you don't know your partner is hurting. You cannot say you don't know your partner lacks something, except you want to live in denial. You cannot say you have a perfect or a happy home, except you're lying to yourself. It's good to look for a better life outside. A better life outside the shores of your country. But get yourself properly ready for everything that comes, because a marriage that is not functioning well at home, now you now come to a different setting, a different place whereby you have to work, the woman has to work. You have to put your heads together. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be extremely difficult. A woman was saying some time ago that when she travels abroad, because she has a business she's running. Her husband does everything for her. So when she travels abroad, her husband will continue with his responsibility, that she's not going to contribute a dime in the running of the home. And I'm like, the system outside the shores of your country is completely different. Totally different. It requires joint effort. It requires happy people together. It requires people that are friends with each other. It requires people that are committed to each other. It requires people that are dedicated to the growth of their home, of themselves, of their children, of their family. Not broken people. No. So the system does not mess homes up. It's broken people, broken home that bring themselves to a system that needs unity to function. That is what happens. So, like I said, we need to sit down. As many people that are planning to japa, it's a good idea if you have the means. I don't subscribe into borrowing because it's hard enough. There's no money littering the road whereby you have to go start picking, and no. Bills are being paid here monthly. Monthly. And the way people are saying things are expensive, they're expensive globally. Things are expensive globally. But because it requires joint effort. So you borrowing money to Japa, I don't subscribe to that. I don't. But if you find yourself in a situation whereby you have to, before you embark on such journey, sit down as man and woman and have a deep conversation. Have a heart to heart talk. Have a genuine talk. Heal before you embark on the journey. Tell yourselves the truth before you embark on the journey. If not, it's a different ballgame entirely. I would like to hear your thoughts down in the comment section. Like I said, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with friends and loved ones, and I'll see you next in my video. Bye.